They're blasting disco down below. Says I'm doubling the rent cause the building's condemned. You're gonna help me buy City Hall. So we can. You know we can. So we can. You know we can. Let's fix the landlord man. I tell them turn on the water. I tell them turn on the heat. Tell me all you ever do is complain, yeah. Then they switch the place when I'm not here. But we can. You know we can. But we can. You know we can. Let's fix the landlord. Let's fix the landlord. Let's fix the landlord, man.
Welcome in, everybody. And if you're a landlord, you're not welcome, actually. So get the fuck out, because this is Lynch the Landlord episode.
Yeah, we're taking it back, motherfuckers.
It's crazy. As much as times change, they stay the same. Here we are again. Landlords are the fucking worst. Everybody's talking about it. Housing prices are through the roof.
That's the only thing that has any value in the world is property.
Property.
And cryptocurrency, of course.
We're just sitting on a bag of
NFTs.
cryptocurrency. NFTs.
Besides that, it's land.
And we were just talking about it. 100-year-old houses being torn down, turned into McMansions. Can we just have normal houses?
No, everyone has to feel like they're a millionaire.
It's like how we don't have normal cars anymore. Everything has to be a giant truck, SUV, hybrid thing.
It seems like it, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't stand it because I hate not being able to see what's going on in the road in front of me because there's a giant fucking truck. I just drive a regular sedan.
Yeah.
You know? I don't.
Which, by the way, they don't even try to make sedans anymore. And they're like, America doesn't want them.
Well, they don't. That's true. But I don't know why. Why do you want a fucking gas guzzler?
I think there's a lot of people who still want a sedan. But then it's an arms race where I talk to people who are like, I want to be higher on the ground. I feel in danger being that low.
But the thing is, you're the danger. If we didn't have these battle tanks on the road, we wouldn't be dying. Like you and I are going to get killed if we get hit by like an F-150.
1,000,000%.
And they're going to have a dent.
They're going to have a dent. Yeah.
And I don't know. And it should be illegal. You've seen the ones where they can. It's basically a battering ram. The cops have, but they have them on trucks.
Yes, I know exactly what
you don't know. You shouldn't be allowed to have that.
No, absolutely not.
It's a killing machine.
One of my favorite activities, and maybe everybody else, partakes in this as well if you have a lot of truck people around you, is when I'm trying to get into a parking lot and they are trying to get into a spot, I like to just stare them in the eyeballs and watch them because they never know, they don't know their vehicle size. They can never park it well.
What makes it worse is they're usually the types that have to back it in.
Back it in.
Douchebags. What are you planning a heist? Why do you have to peel out quicker? I mean, first of all, it takes way longer to back your car into a spot than it is just to pull it out when you park it normally.
Oh, see, guys, we came in this episode with no topics, and here we go. Here we go. Just let it rip.
Grinds my gears.
Oh, let's talk about it. So I actually have my sister's car right now, and I don't think you've ever had to use this because, well, you've got a 2010.
Yeah.
I have a 2011. My sister has a new car, and it has the backup monitor and all that shit.
My mom has it on her car.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is disorienting as fuck.
I don't even pay attention to it.
I tried to use it. It was 2:30 in the morning when I tried to use it, but it did not help me at all. Yeah. I hated it. I was just like, I'm gonna do it like a normal person.
Well, I hate any kind of change. I had to get a new phone because they had literally told me my phone was too old to work. I was like, my camera's not working. Can you fix this? Oh, no, we can't do that. This shit's old as fuck. you're going to have to get another phone. I'm like, oh, all right. Got to learn shit all over again. I don't, like, the anxiety I feel with phones because I don't fucking care about them, but you got to have one now.
Yeah.
And I hate learning. You know that about me,
know
Griff.
that
I hate
a little
to learn.
too well about you. Murray, I can show you how. No! There's a mouse involved. I'm not interested.
And when that EMP from China comes and wipes out all of our satellites, you're all going to be coming to me.
You'll be ready. You'll be ready. I mean, you got a new phone. That's exciting. My car's coming back, newer than ever. I'm going to see the sociologist tomorrow. This is a big.
We're rocking out tonight to High on Fire.
Rocking out tonight to High on Fire. You know what else is in the future? What do they call it? The foreground, the background.
It's called the future.
The future.
The for future.
The future. I was thinking foreground or yeah. Anyways, we got Furiosa coming out.
Yeah, I think we're probably going to do a review of that.
Like a tippy tap.
Yeah, I'm prepared. I'm prepared for have Furious Erection. That's the one review I saw on Twitter. I had a furious erection.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting. You better do it. It better happen.
Guys, expect a very well. You got that new phone. You could probably show off.
You better believe it in HD.
Night vision HD. Got that fucking
infrared. It's probably infrared on this one.
Infrared.
Predators are gonna
Predator vision.
Predators are gonna get some dick pics.
The Predator vision's gonna look great for your furious erection.
Right. The blood's gonna be pumping, so
That's
it's
right.
furious.
That's right. But obviously, Cans went ape shit for this movie.
7-minute standing O for this. There's no way it's even if I was really hyped to see it, there's no way it's that good.
Yeah. I mean, I like some of the stills I've seen of Anya Taylor-Joy with Funyun Taylor-Joy, yeah.
Funyun Taylor-Joy, yeah.
With all the grease all over and everything.
Yeah.
Some of the shots look cool. They got her
But see, I think when we do our review, we're gonna do a tippy tap because we need views on YouTube. And this is the kind of shit people will respond to.
Also, we won't have our normal movie notes. We're gonna be doing
it's from the hip.
Yeah.
It's all style over substance now. People don't want it's all style. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a beautiful looking film, a beautiful looking video game.
Mm-hmm.
I am worried about the story.
Yeah.
It's like Mad Max has entered the territory of fairy tales now. Like, it's not like, I mean, yeah, sure, a bodybuilder in a hockey mask and a little crazy boy with a metal boomerang is silly, but it was still grounded enough in Road Warrior. It felt real.
It fit in the world. Like everything
it
about it.
felt like a real world. Yeah. Now it's just Cuckooville. Like people are flying, and it's like it's a Marvel movie practically.
I think we've done Mad Max and Road Warrior since obviously Fury Road's
only one we haven't done is Fury. Maybe we should do Fury Road around that time it comes out.
I mean, it probably would be good. When does it come out? May 25th?
I think it's next week.
Next week? I don't think we could bust out Fury Road in that kind of time.
No, we got to prepare.
That's
but I'm just saying, maybe sometime in the next few weeks.
Yeah, we could probably do that.
We got to knock out a Sedaris before that. And Mike's excited for that.
Oh, I'm excited for that. I haven't seen tits in a movie in so long.
I know.
I just did. Oh boy. There's so many more top things we'll talk about with Furiosa in the future, so we'll just end that there. We'll bookmark it there. Put a pin in it. Yeah. But I just watched Saw 6 because I want Mike. He watches all this shit, and you shouldn't take that on alone. Like we watch a lot of shit, but we team up.
I just watch our movie. And that's it.
Sometimes our movies are shit though.
Yeah.
But we have each other through the shit. So I was like, Mike.
That's why. We're pros. We're not like amateurs.
Yeah.
We make chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Yes.
That's what we do. Like, we're going to do that today.
But I wanted to be like a brother in arms with him. I was like, what
bonding experience.
What Saw are you on? I'm going to watch it. I obviously don't need to catch up to you because all the movies are fucking dumb as shit.
They're all the same.
They're all the same.
Same premise.
So I watched Saw 6. It was the most 2000s movie. Like the little fucking glasses, the Liz Lemon glasses is, I think, who I can relate that to. The jeans, the fashion, the sweaters, the slip-on shoes.
Really? To me, the past 25 years has been stagnant. Like there's been no advances in fashion or anything.
I think you're kind of right, but then when you start looking at
really, when you watch a movie, like it's 2024. If you watch a movie from 2012, you can't tell it's 2012. I could think that's a year ago.
I think you would be shocked by watching this movie.
Well, maybe.
Our eyes have changed because
I could literally tell you what year in the 80s a movie came out and get within a year.
I see what you're saying. I could not.
There's a clear. This movie came out in 77. We're doing today.
Yeah.
Movie from 85. You can totally go, oh my God, they're totally different.
Yes.
But I can't say a movie from 8 years ago I could ever see any difference. You know how I could tell? The phones they're using. That's the only way you can tell.
That's a good point. Yeah, the phones. But yeah, the fashion I could because it's like high school shit for me, so I can pin it kind of that way. Yeah. But I could see why you might struggle with that a little bit more. You're not hanging around with a lot more people as I was in high school. But this goddamn man, they are trying so hard to make that movie is the edgelordiest fucking movie I've ever watched. And it's like, yeah, you're right. Insurance companies fucking suck. The whole thing is the main guy they're trying to fuck with was the guy who came up with the algorithm to say if a person gets insurance or not. Oh. That was the plot of the movie. And, it drags on. It's only 90 minutes. Oh, they did that right. Yeah. But everything else about it, it's like, I'm supposed to care about any of these people? Like, you look at the contraption and you're like, okay, move on. I don't even care. There's no tension to this movie. I don't understand it. It's supposed to all be tension, and there's no tension because nobody gives a shit about anybody.
There's no tension in anything. There's no stakes in it. We've talked about this a million times. There's no stakes in modern movies. It's laugh everything off.
Yeah.
Don't take anything seriously.
Right.
Because if someone's sincere, you got to make fun of them.
Have to make fun of them. The only way you can move on with
it. You know who's sincere? Charlie Roman is sincere about kicking greedy landlords' asses.
Yeah. I was shocked when I read the lyrics to the song we opened with. It's pretty much just a script for this movie.
Yeah.
They talk about rats. They talk about rats eating faces. They talk about the greedy landlord turning off the heat, the water, the electricity to try to squeeze more money out of their tenants or just get them the fuck out so they could sell the bill. It's all in the song.
Yeah.
And then it's in the movie.
And it's happening right now as we speak.
Oh, my God, is it happening. Trailer parks. Like, trailer parks are squeezing people out. Like, what are we fucking doing? Do you hear all these stories about trailer parks everywhere raising the rates by $300 on people?
People are going to be like nomads now. We're going to go from one Airbnb to the next.
Yeah.
That's the way people are going to live. Because rich people are going to own everything. And that's the way they want it. That's why, if I said people, buy physical media. Because they don't want you to have anything. Yeah. They want you to pay for it. But they don't want you to own it.
Yeah.
They want you to, everything now, the future is about renting shit.
Yes.
Everything.
Yeah.
If they can make you rent food, they would do that.
They're going to try. One of the funnier things that's happened recently is most sports are funded by TV rights deals.
Yeah.
And so there's a big problem across the whole country with baseball teams. I think more sports too. Diamond Sports is the group. They went bankrupt. All these teams have big payrolls because of the TV rights deals. Well, the money's not on the other side of that anymore. So the Tigers are affected by this. If right now, one of the biggest cable providers in Michigan is Xfinity, it probably services like 1 million plus homes or whatever. You can no longer watch the Tigers on Xfinity.
Oh, well, I didn't know that I have Xfinity.
Yeah. I think it was Xfinity. It might have been something. But yeah, supposedly they because of the bankruptcy, they pulled the Tigers. So you wouldn't even be able to watch them. You can't go get the app because it's blacked out for this region. So, MLB, let's get those new baseball fans. Oh, wait, you can't watch it. What are we doing?
Greed is just making people insane. They're like, it's like they don't understand we need to have money to buy their goods, but they're hoarding all the wealth and all the resources. How are we supposed to buy your shit if we don't have any fucking money?
Right. They're like, all these failing downtown places, we can't put any stores in. Nobody has any fucking money. Or half the time to go anywhere. Like, people are happy that we can buy shit on Amazon and just arrive at our door. Because it means we can work longer and not fucking go out and do anything. It's hard for people to go out and do shit.
Sounds like a fun future.
Like when I used to work, the 9 to 5, and I'd have to drive to Ann Arbor and everything. You get back at 6:30 after you spend 45 minutes in traffic. You're not like, I want to get back out there into traffic and do shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking boring. And this movie gives us a little bit of energy because we get what we want. We just want the bad guys to fucking get their ass kicked
By Kung Fu.
A little Italian Kung Fu. Or no, he was Puerto Rican. Right?
What? Well, he had a Puerto Rican shirt on.
A lot of Puerto Rican
shirts.
shirts.
His name's Charlie Roman. I mean, Roman's
pretty
as Italian as you can get. Yeah. It's a Roman.
That hair is Italian all on its own.
He looked like he was a little Pacino.
He did have a little Pacino
Tiny little
in him.
Pacino. Yeah. Probably cruising.
I would like to see that man fuck a flying donut. That was a freaking hole there.
Getting freaky with the Freed.
Yeah.
His buddy Speedy.
Did you like Speedy's split?
A parted afro.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
So we look like Mom from Futurama.
Yeah.
It was black hair, obviously, because he's a young man.
Yeah, he had a center part on an afro. That was interesting.
It was very interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Very little people in this movie.
You're saying there's a lot of little people in it?
Well, I don't know. I mean, Charlie, what? 5'2" at the most. Danzig level heights.
Charlie is a short man. He did do a Macho Man thing where he had very loud outfits on.
To distract.
Very 70s pants. He pulled them up very high.
Yeah, they all had bell bottoms.
To try to make his legs look a lot longer. And it was working for him. But obviously, me and you, we can read a knob or two. Doorknobs. We can see him compared to a doorknob. And we know
Is that how you do
measurements. Yeah.
How many doorknobs you are?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you know what the standard height of a doorknob, so you see someone standing next to a doorknob.
What is the standard height of a doorknob?
It's
Does this be waist high?
It's 43 inches off the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, 43 from the ground.
Okay.
That's how you can remember it, everybody.
All right.
Everyone's measuring their doorknobs right now.
Yeah. Let's get into this fucking movie. Let's go to the trailer. This movie
very motivated when this.
It's been a long week for both of us.
It's been a long week, and we got to step out.
You got a concert to go to.
We got to step
save
out.
some energy.
We got to go get my car.
Griff's gonna be in the fucking pit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like with my fucking short shorts here, I'll be in there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna have to ask you to hold my glasses.
You might hold your balls. They might get crushed.
Oh Jesus!
They're gonna be hanging out those short shorts.
That was in Saw 6. There was a little ball vice that they crushed the guys.
Vice.
Yeah.
Oh. Maybe we should be doing Saw 6 instead.
Jesus.
All right, you're gonna enjoy this trailer for Death Promise, and that's the promise.
That's a promise.
In large U.S. cities, rich and powerful landlords are forcing helpless tenants out of their homes, and they'll use any means to throw them out in the street. They are big-time business, modern-day criminals.
Oh, shit!
E. Bartley Alden, Wall Street blue blood, banker, financier, landlord.
We must empty these buildings immediately or the deal will fall through and we stand to lose millions of dollars.
Emmanuel Jackson climbed to the top the hard way, chairman of a loan and finance company, landlord.
Get him. Ain't that what I told you? I told you all this shit with lawyers was wasting our time.
Abraham Mirsky, young, wealthy, ladies' man, clothing manufacturer, landlord.
So don't give him an ordinary payoff. Give him an extraordinary payoff. But let's get it done, for God's sakes.
Clarence W. Ingstrom, old line money, power, and prestige, landlord.
You just can't come out and tell a judge of the state Supreme Court that you're having somebody murdered.
Claudius Albano, labor union president, construction company owner, landlord.
These rats. Turn off the electricity. Turn off the water. What is this, the amateur hour? People live in those buildings. People. And as crummy as those dumps are, they're people's homes. And don't forget it, mister. They're not leaving. and I'm not leaving. So you can take this here polite bribe, and you can shove it up your polite ass.
Death Promise. Starring Charles Bonnet, Tennant, Young, Strong, Deadly.
Damn it, I want those names.
Determined to stop them.
Who sent you? Yo, hey,
A man can take just so much before he is forced to fight.
Go back! Get that son of a bitch! I want him dead now!
And fight to the death. Death Promise. Acclaimed by critics as a chilling and exciting motion picture in the tradition of Death Wish. A film of poor against the rich.
I want his ass.
A warning to the rich. Get off our backs. Filthy rich landlords have been getting away long enough. It's time they paid for it. Death Promise. A promise made, a promise kept. Coming to this theater soon. Rated R.
Well, we just embarked on one of the greatest trailer breaks we've ever had.
Seamless.
You gotta love when you're trying to pay for something and you have to call your bank to get them to allow the money to go through.
Fucking computers, man.
Fucking computers.
I told you they're awful.
I should have rolled in there with full cash. That would have been baller.
That's how I pay.
That's how I pay for a lot of shit with cash, but I usually don't. Never mind. We got movie to talk about, Murray.
Boy, is it a movie. Death Promise. This isn't a Death Wish. This is a Death Promise.
That's it's a little bit more a high priority.
It's more of a threat.
Oh, it's just a
Like
threat.
Paul Kersey was just wishing to kill.
Yeah,
You guys
that's
are
right.
promising. We're going to kill you.
And again, Charles Bronson looks like a man who could kill a man.
I'm sure he has killed a man in his life.
I think so, with his bare hands, probably.
Stared right in his eyes as he watched, and he breathed in his last gas.
Oh, that's right. Well, we know what happens there. People go back and find out what happens.
Only if you're Native Americans
Yes.
or whatever those people were.
But we know that Native American blood is in a lot of people. You might be 132nd.
Not
you
me.
know. Not you. Not one little bit.
No.
All Sweden.
All Europe, yeah.
All Europe.
All right, we start out Speedy and Charlie. Remember, this movie wouldn't exist if Bruce Lee didn't exist. So
True.
we got to have these guys in their game of death, yellow jumpsuits. I think Tarantino stole a lot from Kill Bill for this movie. I mean, Master Ying was obviously Pai Mei and his training.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. Already doing this. Is there a Kill Bill 3 coming out?
No.
Is that some AI horse shit that got fed to
Yeah,
me?
I mean, Tarantino loves cock teasing people. I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go back to do this. I'm gonna do this. I got an idea for a movie. And then he never does any of these fucking movies. No, it will not happen.
Okay.
He said he's only going to do one more movie.
Right. I
Which
didn't
is
want to
bullshit.
warn it with a Google search. So I just asked you just now about the Kill Bill.
Yeah, I mean, he was going to do the Vega Brothers movie, which was Mr. Blonde and
Yeah.
Tarantino and Travolta's
Oh,
characters.
they're supposed to be...
They're brothers.
Oh, interesting.
Never happened.
Yeah.
He just thinks out loud. He's one of those fucking annoying people.
I like... It's kind of like that Seinfeld Twitter that used to exist where they would pitch you what would be an episode in like 150 words. It was really good. I like those ideas.
So they got their game of death yellow tracksuits, and they're doing a little jogging. They're staying in shape. They're Central Park, probably. I don't know.
Right? Yeah, I think I saw some Central Park. Looks a lot like a scene right out of Cruising, even though it wasn't.
There was a lot of fucking in the bushes. That's true.
Man, if those bushes are a rustling, don't come a bustling.
Yeah, these bushes could talk.
If these bushes could talk. But we do have somebody who's talking, a narrator.
Well, first we get that amazing theme song. 70s Chuck-a-Block, full of great theme songs.
Yeah, we've done this. Many blaxploitation episodes. We tell you the first thing about a blaxploitation movie usually has its own theme song.
And that's the promise. We're all rocking out. We're enjoying ourselves. We're like, this is going to be a fun fucking movie. But no, things get dark.
They get serious.
Charlie and his buddy Speedy, they go, hey, brud, I'll see you on the other side. Solid.
Solid.
Speedy said solid a lot.
Yeah.
And not salad, solid. And so Charlie, he's got to cool off. He needs to take a shower, man. He just jogged like fucking 50 miles.
That's right.
He went all the way around Manhattan.
Right. I love this because he does get ready to take a shower, but the first thing you do, got to get that kettle warmed up because he's he's influenced by the Asians.
Yeah, he drinks that tea.
So he's got to drink the matcha green tea.
And then we get the voiceover. Millions of people in large cities live in rundown apartment buildings. The greedy landlords try to squeeze them out using vile tactics in order to make more money. This is how the guy talked. I'm not even making a voice. This is a story of being pushed too far. Like this, really, it was just jarring because it was just like we're watching him make his tea and everything, and then we just get this voiceover out of nowhere.
Try to make his tea. Gas doesn't start up.
And he's rolling with it. It's like, those landlords doing it again.
Exactly.
Well, at least I'll take a shower. Water ain't on.
Right. It's just breaking down that myth of, like, only shit people live in shit houses. Like, no, we all need a place to live. Charlie's a young man out there working out, keeping his mind, body,
Does he have a job?
That's a good question. As far as I know, no, he doesn't.
Trains in karate is all he does.
I know they did.
Get a job, young man. Get a haircut first, and then get a job.
You deserve. You know what? I'm on the landlord side now.
Yeah.
Get a job.
Yeah. Squatters.
But yeah, the gas doesn't start up. So he's like, fine, I guess I'll wash this shit off of me. So he goes to try to start up the shower, turn the water off. And I don't know if he gets...
How did he get the kettle full of water if it was turned off?
It was already full of water, apparently.
Oh, okay.
He just lets it... Like, come on, your water's going to go stale that way. You got to get fresh water in there.
Yeah, I don't want...
So then his door... Someone comes or rapping at his door.
Rap, tap, tapping.
And it's his dad, Pops.
Pops Roman.
Old boxer. You
crusty
can tell.
old fighter himself.
That's right.
Hey, son... What's going on? Pops, the gas is out. Like those fucking landlords.
I'm not gonna put. I was like, is Pops living in the apartment complex too?
I thought they were living together in the apartment.
I thought they were living together the first time I watched.
Well,
this.
I mean, yeah, it's fucking. We're just talking about how rent is. You can't live on your own on one.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not working. You can't.
Think about how much this apartment would cost in New York City today.
$10,000 a month. I know
10,000.
It would
that
be.
It might be 10,000 a week.
It'll be at least a couple thousand a month.
It would
at least.
And
that was a pretty roomy apartment. I think even more.
Yeah, it did have a window too, which is that's $5,000 alone.
Right.
But yeah, you could reach the bathroom from the bedroom to the living room. Like all that's pretty much in arm's reach.
So, Pops is a community leader. He believes in doing things the right way. He's like, son, we're going to fix this problem. As soon as he says it, the lights go out.
Right. I'm going to get these motherfuckers. He charges down the stairs. And Charlie's been taking off his clothes. He's got that sweet fucking tiger tattoo. No one in the 70s had tattoos.
Except tough guys.
That's
why tattoos were cool in the 70s.
So Charlie's a tough
First
guy.
of all, he had a Black Panther.
Oh, it's
the
Black
classic Black Panther crawling up your arm. You get right off the wall.
I'm so sorry. Murray takes his Black Panthers very
that's
seriously.
American traditional, man. That's like, you got to show respect to that.
Classic. I mean, Charlie does have a decent little body on him. It wasn't...
You checking the body out?
I mean, he's got his shirt off half the movie. He looked good
And
with
that's
pec
the
jelly
problem.
on him.
He's wiry. He's got a Bruce Lee build.
Yeah.
Powerful, but, compact.
Well, let's watch a man with some weight on him actually take down
he
some
put
goons.
some weight on somebody because Pops don't take no shit.
That's right.
So he sees these two goons fucking with the power, and he immediately goes into action. He's an old man. He's beating the fuck out of this 20-year-old guy.
Yeah.
Charlie backs him up, takes on the other guy.
That's
They're
right.
Fucking people up. Pops is strangling the dude.
Dude, I saw the X's forming over the guy's eyes.
Charlie's like, who do you work for? Tell me. He's like, Charlie. They're just goons. They don't know who they work for. They just do whatever he tells them to do. Let them go.
Just let them go.
Pops, the electricity. Let them go. Cooler heads will prevail.
So they let
After
these...
he just beat the shit out of this guy.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to throw him through that window. He was dragging him towards the window.
I was waiting for it. This is where we get to see our second Puerto Rican shirt. Oh, well, first Puerto Rican shirt.
But I think they shared the shirt.
I think they did.
Yeah.
But they were different styles. But anyways. Cutting to, we got to see about a day in the life of Charlie. He just had everything turned off on him, but that's okay. He's got his Zen zone.
Yeah.
The dojo.
Serenity now at the dojo. Him and his buddy Speedy are sparring. Say that 10 times fast. Speedy sparring.
Speedy sparring.
And they're holding them, and it's back and forth. I mean, once Charlie thinks he's got the advantage, Speedy flips it around. They're evenly matched.
That's right.
Because they're learning under the same master, Shibata.
Shibata.
So they're like, hey, man, we got to meet up at Pop's.
Yeah, we got to get out of here, go take a shower together. You know, they do everything together. They got the Tango and Cash shower room. Yeah. Meanwhile, we go back to Charlie's apartment building.
Back to it.
More goons are showing up in a station wagon, the greatest heist vehicle.
Yeah, with a box full of rats. Cardboard box full of rats.
That's right.
And they unleash these rats. I love the camera work on this. They would show random close-ups of rats.
Yes, they would.
To let you know there are rats in this box.
Yes.
And they just let them loose. And they're just like white rats you get at a pet store, you know. And they let them loose in the hallway. Old Joe sees it, the old black man. It was fucking Fred Sanford, dude.
Yes, it was, yeah.
What are you doing, you big dummy?
I love it, too, because clearly they didn't have a shot of him in the same building. Because they did the classic Samurai Cop thing where they just did a close-up of him. And then we do see him outside in a second here.
So these guys can. This is one old man these guys can take. They can't take Pops, but they can take fucking Red Fox.
Yeah.
So these are pummeling this old man. And the community comes out. It's like, what the fuck you doing? And they start pummeling these guys.
Right. And that's when our guys round the corner and they're trying to calm down the situation. But also, they want to fight some motherfuckers because they're getting their life just like shat on by their landlords.
Thankfully, cooler heads prevail because Pop shows up. He's
that's
like,
right.
Charlie, these goons, they don't know who they're working for. You got to let them go. But Pops, we're not even beating an old man to death.
Right, and he has to convince the whole fucking community now, too. Red Man Fox, what'd you say his name?
Fox.
Red Fox? Everybody is freaking out. They want justice. They dumped house rats on these motherfuckers, man. Who knows what damage they'll do?
Don't worry. I'll take care of it. Let them go. Let them go. All right, now we're going to meet these fucking piece of shit landlords. And I got to say, we've had a rough history with racism in our country, social mobility, keeping the black man down. I'm proud to say one of these crooked landlords is a black man.
That's right.
We meet Alden. His standout feature, cripple, walking with a cane.
Walks with a cane, and he sits at the head honcho desk as well.
He's the brains of this operation.
Yeah, he's kind of like leading this whole pack.
We meet Albano. Greasy Mexicans. Greasy Italian. Total like fucking.
It wasn't that advanced, everybody. They had a black
total
character.
Mafioso character we see in every fucking blaxploitation movie.
What's fun about Albano?
All we needed was him trying to rape a black woman. Again, there was always that scene.
They did such a good job with these side characters that I didn't see in Saw 6. Like Albano's got this whole thing about bow and arrows and not carrying guns about him.
Archery is his first love.
Within 4 minutes. There's more to this character than anything they did. And
Mursky, it's the guy with the perm and a beard.
Yeah.
Judge Engstrom. He pulls the strings, gets this fucking shit happening.
He is great, too. His casting, those thick black rim glasses, the fucking overdress, because he's a judge.
Right.
And then the slicked back hair, the mustache. It looks like a Monopoly man.
And Jerome Jr. Jackson, the drug peddler of Harlem and an entrepreneur businessman.
That's right.
And they're just like, what the fuck, Judge? I thought you were going to pull some strings. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, all these fucking laws protect that sort.
Yeah. I was supposed to pay off this judge, but there's some of these judges who are doling out real justice. Ugh, I hate it. I hate it.
Jackson's just like, he's a man of the streets. He's like, just keep cutting off the gas and throw rats on these motherfuckers.
Yeah, one guy leans over and goes, rats? Yeah, you put rats in the... We just saw this here. You just put rats in the building.
He's like, fuck the law. And the judge, law is what separates man from the animals. I will not have talk of that. We will do it. We will bend the rules of the law into our advantage.
We basically have every cornerstone worked out here. There's only one man keeping us from buying out everyone in order. They're trying to get the buildings, right?
Yeah, because they wanted to sell it for development.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to buy everybody out of this complex or chase them out or squeeze them out any way they possibly can. But one man, Pops Roman,
is fucking everything up. He's got the tenants all riled up. They're talking about unions. I don't know how fucking tenants can make a union, but they're talking about that. And they're like, fuck, this is a multi-million-dollar deal. And it's going to go up in smoke if something doesn't happen with this Pops guy.
So, of course, Judge just goes, well, give him an extraordinary amount of money. Like, get this fucking over with here.
And it's like, he's fucking pure as fucking snow. He refuses any bribe we give him. But just know, gentlemen, if Pops doesn't take the deal, he will be eliminated.
And now we see Alden. Everybody leaves. And then Alden goes to the other secret room that's in this, office complex. There is a door that Charlie pushes through. It's a double door, and it was just black. Did you see that shot?
No, I did not see that.
It was crazy.
Alden, these guys they answer to somebody.
They do.
And he's a James Bond villain. We just see from
the
shot
shoulder.
from he's in a chair, shot from behind. He's stroking a cat, like Blofeld did in the Bond movies.
It's like a giallo shot.
And we're like, whoa, I've seen that before in a James Bond movie. This guy means business.
That's right.
All right, Charlie. He's reading a paper, and what do you know? A random stock footage explosion happens.
I thought this is what startled Charlie. But no, he notices some guys just walking down the street, minding their own business with a gas tank. The one guy was wearing blue jean onesie. A lot of onesies in this, too.
Yeah, a lot of jumpsuits.
A lot of jumpsuits. The lady who wears the jumpsuit with the little kerchief, great look. Love that look.
Yeah, it was a good look.
Yeah.
And the guy just has some like cardboard, and he's trying to start a fire on Charlie's building with like cardboard.
Yes. And what did he have the cardboard propped up against?
Brick wall.
A brick wall. But Charlie's not going to have this.
No, he goes out, beats the fuck out of these dudes.
3v1. And Charlie just fucks them up.
Who do you work for? I don't know. I just take the money. All right, back to the dojo. Speedy's arrived early. He cannot wait to start fucking doing his katas.
I imagine Speedy lives in another slummed out apartment too. Yeah. So this is their third place. This is where they get
haven.
Yeah, exactly. It's a beautiful dojo. They get to listen to Chibata tell them about all the breads and the yeast.
So Chibata is like, it is not 10 to him yet.
Yeah.
I must train my sons.
That's right.
And Charlie shows up at 10 a.m., always on time, not early.
Yep.
And you see Speedy's agitated. He's like, man, I want to fucking fuck some shit up. But Chibata and his fucking kids, well, they are his kids, Speedy.
Yeah, come on, Speedy. Just give the guys a break. This is where Charlie is wearing his blouse where it had the deep scoop and it had like the patterned stitching around the collar. Tucked in, of course, some bell bottom.
Maybe he's so poor he's got to share his clothes with his sister. Who knows?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, he's just picking up anything that's offered at the thrift store for a dime.
And he's like, Speedy, come on. Chibata's kind of like my father, too. Cut him some slack, all right?
Yeah. Meanwhile, we have to check on them Pops because we just learned when we were finding out about our villains that they're trying to buy him out. It's the last man standing.
You got big old wads, like 10 grand, Pops. That sweeten the deal?
Yeah.
You can't buy me. You think you can buy me? You can't buy me. And you can't buy these tenants. We're gonna fucking get rid of you guys.
We're not slugs. We're human beings.
You rich fucks. Spitting on these human beings like they're trash. But they're not trash. They're people! And they're worth more than 10 grand. So he storms out, just throws the money back in his face.
Alden sits back in his chair with a big smile. He brushes he's got that one lock that falls over because he's got old man long hair look going on.
Yeah, in the 70s, everyone had long hair, even old people.
Yeah, you had to have it. Yeah. You couldn't go bald.
Barbers refused to cut your hair.
Barbers refused.
I could not have lived in that fucking world, Griff. I did. It was horrifying.
It's horrifying.
That's why I can't have hair touch my ears.
I know.
Because I had hair touch my ears when I was a kid. I was 3 years old in 1977.
Yeah.
Horrible.
You remember all of it.
PTSD.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
I'm hyperventilating now.
You just got to remember this when you say kids, they're just silly. They don't. I don't understand why they're offended or worried.
I
about
had
something
Mike's
like that.
hair, which we'll talk about later. Mike.
The slicked. Oh, Mike. Oh no, you had Mike's hair. Are you serious?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
man.
so
I cannot imagine Murray not looking like current Murray. You showed us one picture of you when you were like 18, I think.
yeah, I had longer hair on top.
Yeah.
But no, I always had short on the sides.
Oh,
Can't
man.
take it.
Well, I remember your Q face where you had just that long rat tail in the back.
Oh yeah.
Bald everywhere. Yeah.
I remember when that was cool, and I was like, "That's not cool."
Yeah.
No, sorry, people. There's no mullet shots in my past. Sorry, I always thought I was retarded. So,
oh yeah, Alden sits back and he's all fucking gleeful. He's like, "Well, he didn't take the 10K, so I get to do my next favorite thing, murder."
No, he calls up Catman, and he goes, "The plan is going perfectly."
Yeah.
All right, so now Pops goes to his buddy Shibata, and he's like, "Can you believe it, Shibata? These people have no honor. They have no integrity.
Right.
You think they could buy me with 10 grand? And Shibata's like, well, 10 grand is a lot of money.
Yeah. Did you think that maybe you should take it? Because you could find another place for 10 grand.
Who cares about 10 grand? Now I know who's behind this. I finally know it's that fucker fucking Alfred E. Newman, Alden.
Alden, there it is.
And he pulls out a gun.
Yeah, because he's showing him he means business. And Shibata's like, friend, remember. I could not hear Shibata at all.
Are just buildings.
Yeah.
And he's like, I hate the buildings, but the landlords and the big cars and the fat-ass wives. All that money goes to rent. They get it all. There's no place left for us but the gutter, Shibata. Don't you understand?
And Shibata, who was the best dressed man in this movie, he just had like nice button-up shirts and everything, and he had that Asian mustache, and he looked like Bobby Lee today.
Asian mustache. What does that even mean? You mean wispy mustache?
Has there been an Asian who grows a strong mustache? It has to exist, right?
Toshiro Mifune could.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I got racist there for a minute.
They're used to it.
But yeah, so he's just sitting back, friends. I see what you're getting at here, but let's just maybe take it.
Well, he's just like, I respect you because you saved my life. But they never go into it. I'm assuming it's some kind of war story.
Yeah, it had to be. Like, I mean, come on.
Back in World War II.
Exactly.
World War II is like 30 years previous to this movie. So.
Shibata might have already been in America because, they did put Asian folk in concentration camps. Internment camps, excuse me. I was like, oh shit, I fucked that up.
So he's like, look, Shibata, don't tell Charlie. He'll lose his fucking mind. If anything happens to me, he'll lose his fucking mind. But here's this letter. And if something does happen to me, I want you to give it to him, but only after he's cooled off.
That's right. Give him a week. I don't want him to make any rash decisions. Shibata, of course, gives his word. You're my blood brother.
What the fuck is that?
What do you mean?
You're my blood brother. Is that how an Asian person talks? I don't know who talks like that. Who talks like that? Besides you.
It just kind of bubbled out of my mouth, didn't it?
My good friend Shibata. And he gives him a little noogie and they walk out.
Oh my god. All right. We're getting a quick cut over here.
All right. This is a mind-blowing scene. We're not going to give any spoilers away. But I was like, what? When that movie ended, I was like, wait a minute. What was going on in this scene?
I know.
Because Alan calls up Albano, who's working on his archery.
So this is the next step of the movie.
Yeah.
We're calling up all the landlords to say, we want
getting permission to put the hit out on
Exactly.
Pops.
This is a democracy, so they're
Right.
getting everybody to weigh in on it, and they call up Albano first.
Sitting in the background is mysterious Catman. We clearly see this man.
Clearly.
And he looks familiar.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
That's all I'll say.
Okay. And so Albano working on his archery. It's like, You want me to get the guys to hit? You want to put the hit out? I was like, no. I just want your permission. Fuck, I don't give a shit. Fucking kill this guy. I want my money.
Yeah. And Albano, or Alden, after he hangs up, he's just like, we already got Albano. Everybody follows Albano because he's the muscle. So as long as we got Albano's permission, everybody will follow in line. They're all lemmings. Oh, they just want their money.
All right, we're at the bar now. The boys are hanging out. Pops is telling the story. He's told a million times about getting the shit kicked out of him by Sugar Ray Robinson. He's like, yeah,
That's right.
That colored guy, if you could say that in 77.
Yes.
Kicked the shit out of me.
Hey.
I was more blacker than blue than he was till he got done with me.
He's telling this story to Charlie and Speedy.
Yeah.
And Speedy looked up to him as a father figure. So
Right.
I'm just saying, like, this shitty apartment they live in has brought all these people together.
Right.
All these people together.
Much like our show brings people together.
Everybody.
He's like, well, boys, I got to call it a night. And he just hugs both of them. My son looks at Speedy. My black son.
He did kiss them both on the lips.
I love you guys.
And this is where
Charlie, after he kisses him, Charlie's like, Pops, you got a gun here.
Well, Charlie's got to do the thing where after they hug, they're doing a side hug, so they're in frame and everything. And Charlie's got to pat his old dad on the belly, which that's how you hug your dad.
You're Italian, Dad, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You got to pat him in the bread basket because
Right.
Italians love ciabatta and breads.
And he's like, Pops, you got a gun here. Don't worry, son. I just put protection.
I see what you did there, Murray. Don't worry. More bread jokes.
Everything will be fine, son. Takes off. All right, cut 2. We're calling in to Judge Engstrom to learn what his opinion on getting to the hit. And he's just like, go ahead and do it. I've exhausted all of my connections.
Right. He's so fucking sick of this because he's like, it's this goddamned
We see
wealth.
him. He gets a call.
Oh, please. Do you remember any of these props?
Well, first of all, he's wearing his smoking jacket with an ascot, as a cultured man would do. He has a servant.
That's right.
Sir, he has a solid gold telephone.
Yes, he does.
And he answers it, and
Oh.
and he's just like, it's a goddamn welfare. That's what it is. It spoils these people. Do something, but don't tell me. Just do it. Get it done. I don't want to be connected to this shit.
That's right.
All right, so now we're seeing Junior Jackson, his place. He's chilling at his house. Got his dashiki on. It's the 70s.
That's right.
Chick-
With canary yellow pants.
Chick fiending for smack. She's begging him.
Also wearing a jumpsuit.
And she's, please, Junior, I'll do anything, please. And he's just like, hold on, gets a phone call. He just face palms her. I got business to see to, baby. And he gets the call, and he's like, fuck, do it yesterday. I don't give a fuck about this Pops guy. I just want my money.
That's right.
And then he goes back to the girl. We know she's got to put out. She wants that smack.
That's right. Well, he tosses down the smack, and she's like, please don't tell anybody. And he's like,
my man finds out about this, he'll
Yeah.
kill me.
Oh, don't tell anybody. So he rips open. We see her titties, and then she's got to undress, and that's when we cut back over to Charlie and Speedy walking home, and they hear a scream right from outside the apartment. Charlie rushes upstairs, and then he rushes right back out and runs away.
No. Charlie, this is, I'll see you later. He screams.
Okay.
So it's like, ah! And Speedy runs back. And he just walks out. He didn't even tell what's going on.
Yeah,
he's in his daze. He walks away. Speedy goes in. Fucking Pops is laying there dead on the floor.
Pop is dead.
Never again will he kiss my cheek. So he calls, as you would, your sensei first. He calls Shibata.
He calls Shibata.
Shibata is like, don't call the police. I will take care of it. Leave.
Did you notice any fingerprints or anything on the scene of the crime? A shuriken, a dagger, a candlestick?
Whatever you do not call the police. This is martial arts matter. So he's like, all right, I'll do that. And he leaves.
Yeah, meet me at the dojo in, a few hours or whatever.
So Charlie's soul searching. He's walking the streets. We're getting a voiceover. My Pops. Who would killed my Pops?
How could somebody get that close to my Pops? He had a gun on him, too. He was extra neurotic tonight. It's so weird. It's so weird.
So like we said, their sanctuary is the dojo.
Yes.
So Speedy and Charlie wind up at the dojo. They're sleeping on the front stoop, waiting for their second father, Shibata, to show up.
That's right.
And he does. And he's like, don't worry, I took care of everything.
Yeah.
He probably had the body chopped up, like spread everywhere. So
Right.
And fucking Charlie is furious. He's like, I have to kill these motherfuckers. But who did it? I got to find out who killed my pops.
And he hits him with the classic line straight out of fucking Lionheart. Please, my son, you must understand. You are not enough strong.
And then he teases him. He's like, I have the name right here. But you are not enough strong for it yet.
That's right. I'll give it to you once you become enough strong.
You need to learn more. And I'm going to send you to my master, Master Ying.
He lives in the suburbs. Probably
he lives in like
further.
upstate New York.
Upstate New York.
But you take a plane ride to it.
That's right.
So Charlie is ready to leave. He's just like, fuck. Speedy's like, you going to be at the funeral? You think my dad cares if I was at the funeral? No, my dad wants me to get revenge.
I mean, Shibata did tease him with that letter.
I will honor his death by avenging it.
That's right.
So Speedy's like, I nothing to say about that. So the next morning, Charlie flies out to the Ancient Orient, which is like somewhere upstate New York in a farm.
Correct. Man looks great in his disguise. I mean, his makeup and everything was fantastic.
Oh, Master Ying?
That's right.
Yeah, he's great.
All right.
Speedy is left behind, but he wants help too.
Yeah. And Charlie is kind of the worst friend since his dad died, but his dad did just die. He got murdered.
Pop said he's a hothead.
Yeah. And we get to see that because Charlie is just like, Speedy, you can't do anything for me. You're the worst friend ever. I'm doing all this all by myself. Watch me die. Like, come on, Speedy's just trying to be.
It's like his white dad died too.
Yeah. He cared about him too. Like, don't take that away from Speedy.
So Speedy's gonna do a little sleuthing. He's gonna find out who these landlords are.
Right. And oh man, he does a great job.
So Charlie shows up. Probably I'm gonna say probably Albany, New York.
Albany, I like that.
Meets Master Yang, who is the man. I mean, he thought Miami Connection had some great old age makeup.
Yeah.
He's got a little like talcum powder in his hair.
Yes.
They put like Elmer's glue on his face, and they made him crinkle his face, and now he's got wrinkles.
He had a stronger mustache, but they
it was wispier. It was pathetic.
It was wispier. Oh my!
Because Shibata's is a real mustache. This was just some glued on fucking bullshit.
Glue and tack powder.
And he's like, I'm here. My master Shibata sent me. Bows to him, shows respect.
He went down to his knees and was bowing to him. He doesn't even look up. Just hands the letter up to him from
Honorable
Shibata.
of Charlie not to open the letter. Or wait, no, this is a different letter. This is a letter Shibata sent.
It's not the letter with all the names. This is Shibata telling Ying take him in.
And they start right in with the katas.
That's right. And
this is like, this is just all Bruce Lee worship. None of these guys know real martial arts. They just watch Bruce Lee movies because they're doing the Bruce Lee katas. Which
it's the only time they do this too.
It's like a cat's looking at me. She understands. That's what a cat sounds like when they're
vomiting,
throwing up.
Yeah, I know that sound too well.
Ying is disgusted by that.
Yeah,
he's like, this is how you do it.
And Charlie is disgusted by this. I came here to fucking learn, not be treated like a goddamn child.
Right, he's like, you think this is fucking whatever white belt shit, man?
Yeah.
I'm a black belt.
I ain't no kindergarten cop. I'm a fucking weapon. Train me like a goddamn weapon. I've seen every Bruce Lee weapon.
To kill.
Movie.
And then Ying is like, Pai Mei / Ying is like, really? Meet my other student, Sup. What was his name? Sup Kim?
Yeah, Sup Kim.
Sup Kim. And this goofy fucking kid comes out.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Kill him.
Kill him.
Show me what you got.
And Charlie, he's hot-headed. He's like, if that's what I gotta do.
Well, no, first he's like, he's a kid. I can't. What are you talking about? Like,
his hair helmet was fantastic.
He's like, they all had him.
Oh, my God.
And he's just like, no, do it, badass.
Yeah.
Kill Sup. And fucking Kim just beats the fuck out of Charlie's like, damn! What the fuck just happened? And he gets humbled.
Thank you. Actually gets humbled immediately. Doesn't take it out on Kim. He's not like, I got to get back at that motherfucker. He's like, I really do have a lot to learn.
And what do we learn? What's the best place to learn, Griff? Nature. So we're outside doing our katas.
I'm so glad we're in Albany.
Right.
Get those fucking chestnut trees.
Meanwhile, while they're training, we're getting a great montage of training, doing fucking push-ups on our knuckles, doing it all. Speedy is tracking down Alden, and he sees that they're meeting up with the landlords. He's like, all right, I know what they look like now.
That's right. They're like clearing out the apartments and moving furniture around, and he's always like on a rooftop, like looking down, taking a little note.
Back to Charlie, still training. He bows to Ying, and Ying just fucking slaps the shit out of him, and he's like, never take your eyes off. And then he's sleeping. Ying just beats him with a bamboo stick.
Yeah, he just walks in and just slaps the shit out of him.
And he's like, even a panther sleeps with one eye open.
He's got that panther tattoo. He's like, I thought you were more like a panther. What the fuck's wrong with you?
But eventually he gets it. How do we learn that? Because he gets a shuriken.
I thought this was like the conclusion of the montage, like you're ready to go, but they actually do another fucking thing. But yeah, so
outside, of course, we know all those apple orchards that are in fucking Japan, you know?
Yeah.
So he just hits an apple with a shuriken. That's right. And he's just like, you're learning.
What's interesting, too, is you actually get to see him throw the shuriken, and the arc he got on it to where the apple is supposed to be, incredible. Like, he fucking bent it like Beckham.
And there's payoff for that later on, people.
There really is.
All right, what have our goony landlords been up to? Well, they're celebrating. I guess they got everybody out of the buildings because they got big plans. They all pile into one car.
Yeah, it's like it's supposed to be like one of those limousines. It's just not a stretch, but they have like the seats.
It's like a town car or something like
so they can face each other. And they're celebrating, millions on millions.
Now that Pop is gone, it's all ours for the taking. The spoils. Right. And they're all talking about what they're going to do. And Albano's like, I'm going to travel. I'm going to go to Toiki.
He
actually said Toiki.
He said Toiki.
And he's like, and then he's like, and then, you think he'd already been there. He's like, Rome, Florence. He's like, you're fucking Italian. You're in the mob on top of it. You think you would have been there at least once.
Mamma mia.
I'll finally get to have some real pizza.
He's got to go to the first ever Vinny's.
And Mirsky is just like, hey, man. Jackson's like, I'm going to buy a fucking Rolls Royce, motherfuckers. And they're like,
all the bitches, make everybody jealous of me. Like, they're going to watch my car roll for a mile.
Fucking Alden's like, you don't even think like big businessmen. Investing. Yeah. That's what you need to do.
He did the racist thing. You people.
You just all flash.
So, again, they're all in it together, and at the same time, he still has to cut him at his knees and say,
well, yeah. I mean,
these people.
No honor among thieves.
Yeah. These people, the rich people, that is.
They roll up to Charlie's place, and they already got like, oh my God, the fucking mall is going to go here, and this is going to go there. They're going to have a fucking stadium there.
Right.
Jets are going to fucking play in Manhattan.
I foresee this being torn down, a strip mall being placed up. We'll have the T-Mobile store here. We'll have the
Starbucks there.
The Potbelly sandwich shop, right? Oh my God. This could be so good. And then we get introduced to a villain that lives in my heart forever, the great Mike.
Yes. This is Alden's main goon.
Yes.
It's like he looks like a David Spade character.
Yes. Yep.
It's a rat-faced looking dude with a douchey blonde mustache. All right. He's got a bowl cut.
Yes.
But not just a bowl cut. I don't know how he even did this.
He got a bullet?
He must have fucking used hairspray.
Yeah.
Because he has a bowl cut combed forward. Not just bangs. The sides are combed forward.
Yeah.
And they stay that way. It's amazing.
If you want to again, something that Saw 6 could not manage to do, make anybody even interesting to look at. This movie with Mike, I couldn't take my eyes off him. I couldn't wait to see this man get his fucking head beat in, just to see his hair flop around.
But it didn't. It was
move. It was packed jelly to the gills. It just didn't move.
They look up and they see Speedy on the building.
And Mike's like, that's the guy who's been following
I'm going to take care of him. No, Mike, I need you. Send your other 2 goons.
I need you, Mike. Oh.
So they send 2 goons up to the roof to take care of Speedy, but Speedy's got something up his sleeve.
Yeah. It's a kung fu movie, people, so we watch Speedy beat some ass. You know, we're skipping over the action scenes because we don't do action well.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just guys in jumpsuits getting beat up by Speedy.
Yeah, like they do all the typical shit you see out of kung fu movies. There's nothing crazy.
All right, we're back. This is another scene ripped right, or I should say,
Stolen.
Tarantino stole it from this movie.
Did Tarantino? Oh, I'm thinking of some.
They're eating, bowls of rice. Sup, Charlie, and Ying, and then Ying's like, "Fucking flies,"
ruining the ambiance.
And then Charlie gets an idea. Got those chopsticks. Remember, when in Rome, eat with chopsticks. Grabs the fly. Well, you can grab a fly. We learned that from fucking Karate Kid. You're unbeatable. You're undefeatable.
Undefeatable.
And he's like, Ying looks at us like, "You've learned all I can teach you."
I got nothing. I got nothing left. So there actually is another, apparently Charlie, after eating his bowl of rice, great nutrition when you're working out all day, by the way. Just a bowl of rice.
Yeah.
Carbs
for days.
Yeah, he goes over. He's just he's praying to a bowl of oranges. That's all I saw that was on this little altar here. Was just a gold vessel full of oranges.
And Yang just walks into frame, not even being sneaky, goes for him, and then sweep the leg. Ying falls on his ass.
That's right.
Charlie finally got the better of the master. Who's the master now?
Right. He's like, "My son, I got nothing left. You can have a bowl. You can have an orange, and also, I've got this beautiful Kinshete
nice
case.
lacquered case.
Yeah.
Opens up full of shurikens.
Shurikens.
And he's like, "This is your graduation present."
That's right. So Kim, as Charlie's already, just as he flew out the next day, he's going right back home.
Right. Well, this is a commuter flight. Commuter flight. It just takes fucking 40 minutes to go from Albany.
Oh, right. It's a puddle jumper. Yeah.
It's like going from Chicago to here,
Oh, yeah.
It's $20 or some shit.
Right.
So he's ready to go, and Sup's like, "Sup, I got to go with you, man. I want to see the Big Apple."
Oh, no, he's not. He doesn't say that. He says, "Where are you going to be at? I'm going to be in the Big Apple soon. So where can I find you? I want to hang." And he's like, "Oh, you don't want to hang with me, bro. I got a lot of shit to take care of."
This is that awkward thing where, strange things make strange bedfellows, and you don't want it. It's like if you're in prison with a guy, and you got to make the best of it. But once you're out, you never want to see these people ever again.
Right.
That's the situation. Charlie's like, "Yo, yeah, I'm going to be really busy, all right?"
Yeah.
So,
he does go ahead and offer up Shibata's place, though. He's like, "Hey, I'll be at Master Shibata's dojo."
You could bond.
And you see Kim go through it in his head. He's like, "Oh, yeah, of course I know Shibata." Because all Asian people know each other. Yeah. They all live in New York.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, Charlie flies into LaGuardia, makes a beeline to Shibata. "Letter, please."
Oh, my God. Can we talk about Charlie's outfit for this scene?
Was it he had the bell? Was it bell bottoms?
Bell bottoms.
Like a paisley blouse?
It was a blouse, but it was it was some kind of Asian blouse.
Yeah,
it had a weird,
Oh, I thought it was like a floral.
What was with his belt buckle, too? Did you notice his belt buckle?
No, I didn't notice.
It's just like this giant hollowed out circle with crosshair. It was kind of like a crosshair situation.
No, I didn't notice it at all.
Very
Maybe
strange.
it's to hold a shuriken.
I thought it was going to be something like that, but I didn't see it coming into use.
Oh, but he's like, "Letter, please." Shibata's like, "You've learned. Here it is."
You've earned it.
And he learns the names of all the guys involved with the fucking slumlord shit.
Well, no, he doesn't get all the names, Murray. Come on. Remember your movie. He walks outside.
Oh,
he's
right.
reading
He learns
the letter.
Alden. I'm sorry.
He learns about Alden because that's all Pops knew about because he had the interaction with Pops, Alden and Pops.
And Speedy's like, "I heard you came back, man. I want to help you fucking get revenge." No. This is my thing. I'm going to kill the guy who killed Pops.
I have to go out and get this motherfucker, and I'm going to kill him. And he's like, "What are you going to do? I can't let you help me because this is my vengeance." And Speedy, man, you've been gone for 6 months. So we get a little timeline there. He did train for 6 months. I've been tracking these fuckers for the last 6 months. I know all the details. It's not just Alden. There's other guys involved. Let's go talk, bro.
And I got my own reasons to want to help. All right, but it's my fight.
Remember, I get to murder these motherfuckers, not you. Don't even try.
So they got he's got the list, he's got the names. Speedy gave him the other names.
Yeah.
And this is where we got our death wish, our death promise.
They must be in Speedy's place at this time because it's clearly not Charlie's place.
Right. And so he's like, first on the list, Albano.
Right.
So Albano, like you said, he had a love of archery. We've established that.
Yeah, and we get more establishment of that because Jake, his guard, his other Goomba guard.
Yeah, his main goon.
Yeah, he comes over. He's got the hair that all the kids have. He's got curly up top and shaved on the sides, and he's got the fucking Sansa belts pulled up to his nipples. Yeah. Boss, what you doing out here? Playing with your bow and arrow again? And Boss is just like, you know what? I just hit 3 out of 5 bullseyes, motherfucker. We don't need guns anymore. The Mafia's moving on. We're archers now. Where's your bow and arrow? Let me use your bow and... Go get your own bow and arrow. I bought it for you for a fucking reason.
Right.
We need to get this character out of the picture for a while, folks. That's what we're doing. So he's got to go to the shed on the other side of the property 4 miles away.
Right.
And while that's happening...
Because he's like, I got guards everywhere.
Yeah.
You can take a break.
Murray, do you want to describe a guard to us?
I don't remember. I just remember it's just random guys. I don't.
It's dudes in fucking just a kung fu pants, and they're hanging out with their pecs out, just standing there like statues,
standing with their backs to the outside.
Yes.
If you're a guard, it should be the opposite.
Exactly. They're standing with their back, and they're like edged up to some woods and shit, and that's where our boys are crawling through. Speedy now has the jumpsuit on. He's got a denim jumpsuit. I don't think he did the Ascot though, which he should have. No. Ascot, not Ash.
No. I didn't remember that. I remember the final jumpsuit he has.
I mean,
it's like zipped down to his fucking ball sack.
Yes, they're 70s outfits, man.
Collar popped.
Oh.
But they just take out the guards. They're just like doing ninja shit, just picking off guards left and right.
They get, of course, to the big guy Albano, and Charlie's holding a picture of his dad. His dad, must have taken a snapshot recently. He went to a fucking studio to get a headshot done for some reason. Maybe he wanted to get in acting. Maybe he wanted to be in Rocky. He could have been in Rocky. And so he's got the little headshot, and he's holding it in Albano's face. They've tied his mouth shut. It was a red bandana. We all know what that means.
Sorry, they got an idea in my head about Rocky. Him as Mickey, Pops.
Yeah.
That would have been amazing.
It could have been great. He fought Sugar Ray Leonard. Wait.
Sugar Ray Robinson. Sugar Ray Leonard was young when this movie came out.
Yeah, that's the only Sugar Ray I know from the boxing game I played in 2003. So he's just holding that. Charlie is having an emotional breakdown.
Well, they beat the fuck out of Albano, and they gag him with a bandana. This is where Charlie. I think Charlie's the guy from Cruising. I mean, he looks like Pacino.
Oh no!
They have limitless bandanas.
That's right.
They put on their way to. This is probably right outside of Albany because it looks like the exact same area.
100%. This probably was that property.
This is probably whoever did this movie. That's their Shervan Ranch.
Yes.
Yeah. So they probably stopped at the bandana store that Powers Booth runs next to the Ramrod, and they got a bunch of bandanas. They needed them. So they gag him with a bandana, and then we see dumbass Jake. He's like, this must be a rich guy. This is like this junky ass shed with his shit everywhere.
We spent 2 minutes with Jake just looking through the shed. It was incredible. And this movie still keeps to a tight 90. It's probably even shorter than that.
Comes out and he's like, "Hey, boss, where the fuck is the boss at?" Well, I guess I'll just start shooting.
That's right. He stands 10 feet away.
And he hits the target. But and then we see that. He's like, huh? Shit. And then so we're seeing Albano's tied up behind it because it's basically a plywood's
haystack with plywood.
Yeah.
And then the plastic
target.
So
the target is 4 inches thick, okay?
Yeah.
The arrow goes 3 inches in the target. We see it 3 inches out of Albano. How long are these fucking arrows? 2 feet?
From the ground.
So yeah, one goes through his mouth, and then Jake goes to inspect it, and he sees his
he goes to
bosses.
pull his arrows out, and he pulls out the one, which
It's
he
covered
would
in blood.
It would have been hot. Well,
Yeah. He pulls it out. It comes out literally 3 inches. Yet it's supposed to go all the way through. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And then he looks at it and he sees there's blood all over it. And he's like, what the fuck? He looks around. He hit 5 out of 5 bullseyes, by the way, everybody. So he's that much better.
Calls up Alden, and Alden tells the other landlords, hey, look out. Somebody's coming after us.
That's right. All right, we're cutting over Mirsky. This is our just generic beard guy.
Yeah, beard, perm.
Yep.
But he's a ladies' man, too. He's always got girls with him. Remember there was that scene where he was getting permission, and the chick was like playing with his dick and his car phone and shit?
Yes, that's right. He was driving, and he's like, babe, I'm driving and talking. Like, do you know how dangerous this is? Like, I can't have you handling my stick shift.
So he's in his office. We're assuming, I don't know what this fucking building is.
Right. This
warehouse.
It is a corridor of small rooms and doors. There's so many doors happening here. But this is where we get to see his new squeeze, and this is the chick.
Millie.
Millie,
that?
yes, it was, and she's got
cute,
that sweet jumpsuit, the bangs. Oh.
And like, come on, babe, let's go. And he's like, the goons are like, sir, someone's looking out. Hey, I'm not scared. And then our boys show up, start attacking. Mirsky just throws Millie at our boys and starts running.
Great heel move.
Right.
These guys
chicken shit heel.
Fucking get it. I don't know how we can't do this in movies today. We can't have C-level movies.
We get 5 minutes of Charlie and Mirsky running through hallways.
Amazing.
Mirsky finally gets down to the garage area.
Where his driver already had the car started. He kept it warm.
But Charlie is waiting for him, and that freaks them out. So instead of just running Charlie over, I think Charlie, didn't he leap over the car or something like that?
Yeah, they do a thing. Okay, so they get down to the garage. They try to get out of the garage, but Charlie closes the garage gates on them.
Yeah, so they go to a freight elevator, right?
So they back it up, and Charlie tries to jump over the car or jumps over the car or jumps around the car. They get into a freight elevator and ride that up to office, apartment, wherever we are.
They're in a super tight corridor. It's not for cars.
Yeah.
Because there's doors on every side.
You say super tight, but it is wide enough for a car to drive through.
But that's the thing. It's just tight enough for a car to get through.
Right.
Like, I don't think they can even open their doors and get out.
Well, thankfully, this is one of those old-timey elevators where you see the floor that they somehow hit for. So Charlie is running up the staircase now to get to the 4th floor. And he gets up there as they're just slow. What the fuck is their plan? They're driving a car down a...
They're panicking. There is no plan.
So it's like they're going to get to the end of the hall and get out? Like, what is the plan? So they get out. They start driving down the hall, and Charlie turns the corner, and it's a showdown. Right. So he says, drive at him. What else is he going to do? So the guy guns it, and Charlie, gets hit. He gets phased in some way because he says, back up, murder that man with the car. Really spells it out. But Charlie comes to his feet.
He jumps up on the hood, jumps over the car, lands on the side, and just punches through the window.
Yeah.
Somehow hits Mirsky and kills him.
Yeah, they do this whole thing where they slow down, the glass explodes. He does suffer some kind of cut here, but he pulls out his fist, and his fist is just covered in blood. Yeah, and he killed him. He killed Mirsky. He punched him one time through a window.
You just see Mirsky's face with some blood trickling down his...
That's it. Murder.
So he's dead. All right, so all the leftover landlords, they're getting together, and they're like, man, we need to set up a trap. And Jackson's like, fuck that shit. Let's just kill this motherfucker.
They're all at Alden's place.
Judges are like, I don't want nothing to do with this shit. I don't want my name being seen and be involved with any of this shit.
I got my own security. I'm a judge. The police actually keep me secure, so don't even bother trying to send your goons because it'll link us together.
Right.
So I'm just gonna work, stick with my own police guard.
And Jackson's like, shit, I guess I'll just do what I gotta fucking do. And then Alden, this little smirk on his face, gets on the phone, resuming to the cat man because he's like, it's working perfectly.
All right, so we're going back over to Speedy's place. We're seeing another name scratched off the list. Next name, Judge Ingram's next. This motherfucker, we're gonna get him.
Speedy's like, hey, he has actual 2 cops for guards.
And we're not cop killers, right? So we got to figure out a different way to get to them. I'm thinking maybe like ultrasonic waves or something. Speedy, slow down with the sci-fi bullshit. I've got an ancient Asian technique.
Japanese secrets. So, all right, we're now at the judge's place. I think it's probably the same fucking farm that Ying was on.
You know what, Murray? This is something I didn't notice anytime I watch. You are 100% correct. This is that property. Dilapidated wooden gates and shit. Right. It's falling over. Huck Finn hasn't been by to paint it again.
Tom Sawyer.
God damn it. Yeah. So not close. And
You love Rush, too. That's why I didn't think you'd say Tom Sawyer.
Do you think I actually like Rush?
Yeah, don't you?
I don't know if I do. I don't listen to them, like, ever.
Put on Tom Sawyer.
I know that's Mean Pride, today's Tom Sawyer.
Modern day warrior, mean pride. Come on, Canadians rock out like nobody in business.
I do love the bass, and that is a bass-fronted band. And that little thing, that made me a Rush fan. But
everybody go listen to some Rush. Go listen to Tom Sawyer. And come back to us.
Yeah.
All right.
So what was the point I just made? The judge was trying to stay as far as possible away from hiring outside goons.
Well, he has outside goons, but he has special cops on his person.
On his interior. But it's still, I was trying to say, like, I thought he was trying to stay away from that, just to let the cops be. But he does.
They're on the take, these cops.
Yeah.
Obviously.
He does have special goons.
That literally, whenever he sleeps, they sit out. But it was like
a walkout door.
Yeah.
Yeah, walkout glass door. That was his bedroom. He's not married. He's not fucking dudes. He's not fucking chicks. Like, what are you doing with all your power, dog?
He's just going.
He is the Lindsey Graham of judges. He's just asexual out there talking about.
I don't know about that. I think Lindsey's. He's got a bandana collection. That's all I'm going to say about Lindsey.
I 100% agree with that.
Plaid.
You know those
go listen to Cruising if you want to know what the plaid bandana
means. Exactly. Just go listen to Cruising. Yeah. Man, I'm 100% with you there because that and Tim Scott, that guy who like made a big to-do about how he proposed to a woman on a beach. Oh. Conservatives, you're all about individual rights, and yet you hate the gays.
So he's just sleeping the sleep of the sleepiness.
Well, Murray, when you have two dudes watching over you...
we were talking about Red Fox earlier. These were the black and white cop from Sanford and Son, too. You had the white cop who's always trying to be down with the brothers. Hey, right on, brother.
You might not have noticed this. Yeah. I noticed this. They obviously did the audio for the cops because they're just like bullshitting.
I hated the banter.
Yes.
It was the worst... It was like, well, we're cops, and we're going to guard this guy. We guard the judge, you know.
He did pay us a nice penny here.
It was the worst.
Murray.
It could have been just like, hey, you see the baseball game the other day? Like, that's real banter.
Exactly. Any kind of small talk, anything, you know.
This is like exposition banter. It irritated the fuck out of me.
It was exposition banter. You're dead on with that.
Needless.
It loops. It's the same audio, and it loops. Because it takes 8 minutes for Charlie to do his thing, and by the time he's pulling out and leaving, it fucking loops.
Well, what are Charlie and Speedy doing? Well, I'll tell you, Griff. They're taking out the perimeter goons first.
They start by knocking at the door to the gate, and one guard just rushes out, so they punch him in the face.
And the other guy's got his arms crossed. He looks at him with his arms crossed and gets punched in the face.
And they just throw him. And then Speedy runs to be the distraction.
Right.
And he starts singing out. So I thought the cops were going to be drawn to him. But the cops are like, we don't give a shit.
Does an amazing rendition of Sue Manchu's Do You Think I'm Sexy? It was amazing. He put some funk into it.
The only thing that was missing, of course, is our favorite, the fucking guy in the melodica. Yeah.
So everyone's like, oh my God, that's a beautiful voice. They run off towards Speedy.
It's the same two guards.
Speaking of Huck Finn, it looked like Charlie had a fucking fishing rod, like a bamboo fishing rod.
I know. So
I was waiting for like him to do the Andy Griffith whistling and shit.
Yeah, really. So Charlie's whole mission now is to get on a rooftop, and he's carrying a giant bamboo rod. Yeah. And so it's like, oh, okay. He pole vaults with it.
I didn't notice that.
He does.
There's no way you could. It's like a fishing rod.
It is so small. Like, yes, bamboo is strong. You can't pole vault with it. I know we said he's 5'2". He's 130 pounds. That's still too heavy for this rod. It's the integrity's not there.
So he gets on the roof. You can see him right behind the guards, and they're doing the fucking looped banter.
Exactly. And he gets up there, he lays down, and he starts to work his bamboo rod, which not only is it just a piece of bamboo.
It's 8 feet long.
It's 8 feet long. It's cut in half.
Yeah. And he finds a little gap in the door. He works it in there, and now it's right above the judge's head. And there's a little tampon string on his bamboo rod. Works its way down so it's just above the judge's mouth. He's snoring, so his mouth is open.
Dude, how this guy got this trajectory right is incredible. His depth perception is fantastic.
Master Ying taught him well.
Yeah.
And then
that should have been part of the montage.
Then, was it the tea from earlier? There's some kind of brown liquid. So it's running down the trough of the bamboo, drips down the string into the judge's mouth.
Right. We saw this, of course, in Dr. Phibes.
Yeah.
He did it. He did it better. He had a coil and shit.
Well, he did it better. Yeah, he did it better because he put locust food on someone's face.
Oh, that's right.
And then he released the locust.
And then you don't have to have 100% accuracy either.
Yeah. Go listen to that episode. Somebody has to.
We're doing a good job of pitching our other episodes.
Well, that was a good episode that nobody listened to.
It was a good... They're just afraid. Anyways, so yeah, he drips it in, and of course, he's able to quietly reel his rod back in and start to scamper off. Thank you, Wings. And as he gets out, you hear the judge start coughing up.
He's gagging.
And the cops freak out, and they're like, "What's going on, sir?" So they rush in, and
Charlie rescues Speedy, so they beat the fuck out of the guards, and they make their escape.
That's right.
All right. Back at home, we see Junior, the Junior Jackson, the black landlord. He's next. Speedy's like, that one's mine, motherfucker.
No, Speedy, I told you, this is my mission. These people killed my papa.
What motherfucker killed my brother?
Wait, what? I thought I was your brother.
No, you don't even know about my brother. He died 5 years ago. 12 years old. Died of smack. He OD'd. Thanks to fucking Jackson. I gotta kill him.
All right, bro.
Just this once.
Just this once.
So the next morning, Speedy shows up at Junior's place dressed as a mailman. Special delivery.
Guard answers the door. Villains in this movie, pinky ring. Every one of them had a pinky
that's
ring.
how you tell someone's a villain.
That's right.
And he's like, I'll take that. It's got to be signed. Motherfucker, give me that fucking thing.
How about the signature of my pistol? He pulls out a big
all right.
silence pistol. Yeah.
Take it.
So it is a bullshitted up envelope. He tosses it at his boss, the goon does. Tosses it into Junior, who's just trying to do the Junior scramble. You know, he's sitting there with the paper. He's reading the funny comics.
He's doing his accounting. You know?
Yeah. He's got his tiny little table he works at. He's got his reader glasses on.
Opens it up. Special delivery. You're dead, Junior. He's like, what the fuck is this shit?
He looks at the envelope and goes, motherfucker, there's not a stamp on this. What are you fucking doing?
Get that motherfucker.
Go get him. He calls out all of his guards. Go get this motherfucker.
Run out. They see a mailman. They just run after him.
That was the mailman.
And it turns out it's not Speedy. It's Charlie running into... Now he's doing a diversion.
Yes. Did you notice? One of the goons has a jumpsuit on.
Yeah.
There is a jumpsuit in every scene.
Jumpsuit and a patch on his eye.
Again, this movie gets it so much better than most modern movies. How the
fuck? This is so much better than guy with shaved head and a beard, which is all we see in modern movies. Russian guy, beard, shaved head.
Every single character I saw in Saw 6 just looked like the most generic, I don't give a fuck human being. Have somebody who stands out.
So Charlie leads them to some graffiti. Some guy named Fly really loved his name because Fly is written all over this fucking... probably at one time was a nice fucking area in a park to hang out.
Yeah,
covered in graffiti.
Well, we know New York was a rough place in the 70s and 80s.
That's why you had to learn fucking karate.
Yeah.
So Charlie just handles the fucking goons. Speedy makes his move. He walks into Junior's place with a sack over his shoulder.
And they do this shot because it's not a White Castle sack, people. It's not a Crave sack.
It's a burlap sack.
It's a burlap sack. And they do a shot where it's harkening back to the one of the first scenes of the movie.
Let you know what's going on.
Do a close-up of rats scurrying.
Yeah.
It's a sack of rats, people.
And he faces off with Jerome. His name is Jerome. Jerome Jr. Jackson. Pushes him down into a chair. Fucking whatever that strung-out chick. She's just watching.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What the fuck's going on?" He's like, "Special delivery for you, motherfucker." Throws that sack over, Elephant Man style.
Yeah. And
then we just see some more stock footage and some rats' faces, and they're putting the story together for us. They're feeding us a little.
Yeah.
And he just they devour Jerome's face.
Yeah.
Girl screaming her head off. He's just like flailing on the ground. Stock footage of rats every once in a while popping up.
Right. And so Speedy gets his way and Amsgray's out. Right. And we cut over to see that, Charlie has finished up the goons, but the jumpsuit with the eye patch is like, "Hey, I'm out of here, man." Runs off back to the apartment, and he's the guy who shows up to see that Junior is dead.
Right. So they've done a lot of killing in the past couple of days. He needed a night off.
That's
so
right.
We got one last name, the Big Cheese, that Alden motherfucker. But let's take the night off.
That's right.
Then Speedy goes, solid.
Alden, what's he up to? He knows he's next. Of course he knows he's next. He's part of that list.
Right. Mike has set up the perfect plan. Mike of the Great Bowl Cut.
That's right.
He's like, "Sir, you see," because, of course, big wig rich guys, they live on the top floor.
Yeah.
15th floor in this building.
Okay.
But he's like, "Boss, here's the deal. If you push any button under 10th floor, you go to your floor. But if you push anything above, it only goes to the 10th floor."
Oh, yeah, because Alden is wringing his hands. He's like, "I got the perfect trap set up. Mike, what's my trap again?" And Mike explains it. Anything below, you go straight to 15. So what's on 15?
Go to 10.
Oh, 10, excuse me.
15 is where Alden
15 is where Alden.
So they're thinking they're going to go to your floor, but 10 is where we have a trap set up.
So we ride the elevator to the 10th floor. He hits 12 just to prove this point. Yeah. And it stops at 10. And right outside, just a Goomba with a gun.
Tommy gun,
yes.
And he's like, "Well, what about they take the stairs?" Got that covered, boss.
And a guy opens up. This guy was jacked, and he had a giant mustache, and he had a Tommy gun too. "I got the staircase covered, sir."
Back on the streets, our boys are making their way to Alden's place, ready to finally get that death promise finished. And then who shows up?
Sup, Kim?
Sup, Kim? It's his boys. Okay, man. He's got "I Love New York" shirt on. Got the fucking Statue of Liberty pencil sharpener. He's just been enjoying the scenery.
He's got 3 fucking street dogs in his hands, and I'm not talking about dicks, people. I'm talking about hot dogs, dripping with onions, right out of fucking Heavy Metal.
And he's like, "Hey, what's going on?" Like, "Hey, this is my boy Sup. We got something to do."
Yeah, fuck off. And Speedy is offended. He's like, "This is my best fucking friend. You can't take a..." Speedy got very territorial here.
Yeah.
He's a jealous bitch. Yeah. And, of course, Charlie's going to hold out for Kim. He's like, "Look, man, no, you don't know this guy. He's kind of a wimp. I beat his ass a lot. He's cool, though. Yeah, Kim, you can't go with well, I'm going to follow you." All right, Speedy, he's going to follow us, so he might as well just come anyways. Okay. All right.
So Alden, he's waiting in his office. He's like, "The trap will soon be set." They're drinking brandy.
Yeah, he's got all kinds of goons. His
main goons.
Yeah. And they actually look intense. The one guy.
That guy's nuts.
That guy was incredible.
Yeah.
Again, to talk about a movie where just nothing actors like make a scene, this guy.
These are just guys that were in a dojo somewhere. And they're like, "Hey, you want to be in a movie?" And it's like, all right.
He reminds me, no one will know this guy's name, but he's the frontman for Parquet Courts. That guy jacked with a great mustache.
Go Google that, people. So Kim and Speedy head for the elevator. They split up because Charlie's going to go via the basement. He goes into the boiler room.
Yeah. It seems like he's supposed to be on the staircase, but it also makes it seem like he went a different route.
I don't know. These were huge buildings.
It was so awkward how they shot this too. So I didn't know what was supposed to be happening.
So Charlie goes to the back door, goes to the boiler room, heads to the stairs.
That's right. Our boys just take the elevator. He says he's on floor 15. Guys hop into an elevator and hit 15. They're fucked, Murray.
And then we hear Alden just smiles. He's like, the mouse took the cheese. We did it, boys.
So we cut back over to our guys on the elevator.
Right.
And we're like, oh shit, these guys are fucked. Elevator opens. They're not even looking out the elevator door. They're just like still like, hey man, what's up with you, Kim? And then they turn, oh, the elevator's open. Oh, there's a dead guy. Yeah, that's right. The guard waiting outside with a Tommy gun, he's just knocked out dead.
Yeah. So they're like, shit, we're on the 10th floor. We got to get to the 15th. So they head to the stairwell, and lo and behold, another fucking dead guard there. That guy that was waiting for him.
Yeah. And so all of our fucking boys and the guards, Alden, they're all like, guys, you heard the shots fired. That means they're dead. Let's have another drink.
And fortunately for Sup and Speedy, Speedy,
shit.
For somebody, this was the day that the hinges of the doors were getting shined up because they were removed because there's double doors, and our boys just pushed the doors down. And then that guy you were talking about, Oscar-worthy performance. That was Kim's guy, right?
Kim's guy? Oh, Kim fought him. Yeah, because
but
Speedy fights Mike.
Yeah, so this guy loses his shit, rips his shirt off.
I might have to ask Mike for this file just so I can make little videos of this. This guy was so good.
He takes out a knife, puts it in between his teeth, rips his shirt off. He's like, ah!
Because he's seriously jacked.
Yeah.
This dude was fucking muscular as hell. And so, yeah, he's flexing everything. He's got the knife in his mouth.
He's got the body of a 20-year-old, the head of a 55-year-old. He's balding with a mustache.
He's got the receding hairline. I didn't notice what was going on in the back there, Murray. But, he still had a good head of hair. But you're right. 50-year-old up top, 20-year-old down below. And so now our two boys are going to square up. Alden thinks he's going to make this an unfair fight, though, because he pulls out a gun, and that's when Charlie finally shows up and actually, like, shurikens the gun out of Alden's hand, and he's like, I'm going to take these. I'm going to get this guy. You guys take care of these two.
Right. So we just have this fight scenes.
Kung Fu fighting.
One guy losing his fucking mind. He's like, this is the only movie I'm probably going to be in, so I'm going to go for it.
You know what? I do want to IMDb this guy now, if he made it to IMDb, because I loved him. He was great.
Fortunately, because crazy guy had a knife, but Kim had some nunchucks.
We learned back at Ying's place that's Kim's thing. He's a big nunchuck.
So, long story short, the bad guys get taken out by Speedy and Kim.
Yeah, there's nothing really fantastic about it. It's a typical fight. Not bad, just typical.
Alden runs to the roof. That's what we have learned. When you're in danger, run to the roof.
We've said it here a million times. We're gonna make T-shirts.
We haven't said it. We just pointed it out.
Oh yeah, we pointed it out. But yeah, we're gonna make T-shirts. Run for the roof.
And he's gonna escape to the roof.
To the roof.
Until Charlie hits him with another shuriken in the back of the neck.
Right, and so now he's hobbling to the door, but he's right at the door. So he opens it, and he's falling through it, and he doesn't even fall to the ground because someone's holding him up with a goddamn sword.
Katana. It's Japanese for sword.
I should get a fucking
And we know who this guy is because we see a black cat walk past his dead body. And this is... All right, call back to what I said earlier, where we see the guy behind pulling the strings.
It's barely blurred. This is not like an HD conversion issue. They just put it right there for
our minds are supposed to be blown by this reveal.
Yeah.
It's Shibata.
Yeah.
Who we saw clearly in that scene.
And then...
I guess they just assumed. Yeah. It was 77. They just assumed we were racist white people. Yeah. We're just going to be like, all Asians look the same. But no, I was watching the movie, and I'm like... Why is Shibata in the room with Alden?
Yeah.
And, yeah.
The other annoying part is when you think about it, the voiceover that happens right after his dad died. Who could be close enough to get to my dad? It would have to be one of his best friends or something. Like, they didn't even try to hide this thing. Like, they just kept putting it out there for you.
So
but it leads to
it's a very
quote-unquote
very
good
Columbo type thing where we see the killer.
Good
before
point.
we do.
This is the Columbo of Kung Fu. You know what, Murray? There's a tagline right there for our... Holy shit. Oh, my God. My phone's not nearby. I got to pull this up. We needed to lead in to our episode of... what did we do last week? Firepower. The tagline for this movie was incredible. In the near future. Guys, this is the Firepower tagline in IMDb. Yeah. If you didn't listen to it, this will make you want to listen to it. In the near future, street gangs have their own city zone. See, I can't read.
Yeah, it's true.
Their own city zones where cops can't go. 2 tough cops are sent undercover in one of them to investigate an illegal cure for AIDS. But they must first fight a death match, and the match is fixed.
What makes a cure for AIDS illegal?
I don't. We know this movie now, but that was the tagline. That had to be written by some jabroni, though, right? Yeah. There's no way that's an official tagline for that movie.
No, not at all.
Especially because the AIDS line is wrong.
All right, so our boys, Sup and Speedy show up. So it's a square off. We got Shibata and son number 1 and son number 2.
That's right.
And we have Charlie, Speedy, Kim. It's even. And Charlie's like in a daze, he's like, you were my father's best friend. He saved your life. I have no friend.
A secret to tell everybody. I am Yakuza.
Yes. That's Japanese for mafia.
Thank you, Murray.
I have no friend. He was in my way.
Oh, I saw them
it's
hug.
The fucking Asians that come in buying up all our property, man.
I saw them hug. I thought they were BFFs forever, but that's the best business move. He learned it from the art of the deal. You know what's also in the art of the deal that people are not realizing? He says right in the book, fall asleep in your court cases. Everyone's trying to make a joke of it. This is his tactic.
It's working.
It's working.
'Cause he's not going to see the inside of a jail. So Kim and Speedy take on Shibata's kids, and it's another fight. There's nothing spectacular about it.
2 more fights. Kim's losing at first. He regains his ground. He wins the fight with his nunchucks because the other guy busts out some size or some shit. Speedy
and then they
handles his guy.
Yeah, they just take him out.
Yeah.
And then they're ready to help Charlie, and he puts him, no, this is my fight.
That's right.
Shibata! So there's back and forth. It's a very even fight.
Very even. I believe Charlie...
But why? Because Charlie learned under Shibata's master.
Exactly. He's also younger. He's
By the way, while they're fighting, Shibata has a katana in his belt.
Yeah, and it's in
very
the way.
awkward to be fighting.
Yeah, it's in the way constantly.
Because he's wearing those big baggy samurai pants.
Right.
So, yeah.
And so it's constantly in the way and everything. But Charlie does manage to land the first blow. And in this roof, there's like 2 different entrances set up, so there's like a narrow pathway. Shibata retreats through that, and of course, Charlie chases after him, and this is where he's just like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to win. So he gets his sword out, and he manages to slash Charlie across the back. Right. And
fortunately, Charlie had his size.
He might have picked up son 1 or 2 size, because they brought them to the fight.
Okay. So they're going back and forth. He's blocking the katana.
Yeah, they're just blocking everything again.
And then Shibata's like, fuck it. I got to kill you barehanded. He just throws his katana away.
Right.
And he starts fucking Charlie up.
Right.
Knocks Charlie down.
Yeah, gets Charlie on the ground, and he's going in. He finds a little ladder to step on, and he's coming in with a fucking elbow, man.
But Charlie notices katana within reach, grabs it, and Shibata just impales himself on the katana.
It's a classic scene. We've seen it a million times. The stick nearby, the guy impales himself on it.
Fool! Didn't Master Ying teach you pride was your greatest weakness? And then we're gonna get a GIF of this and put this on Twitter.
Again, I have to find this first. Because, yes, this is 10 out of 10. Hot tub, rooftop out of Shokazugi movie.
Motherfucker CGI. This is the way you show a body going off a building. Because it's not enough that he just killed Shibata. Charlie grabs him, gorilla presses him, hurls him off the building, and we see the most beautiful dummy go flying down.
Guys, there was like 39 seasons of Mythbusters, and that's all they did was explode a dummy and shit, and everybody loved it. Can we get some more realistic dummy shots?
No, more. We need less realistic dummy shots. That's what makes them so good.
I mean, but we would still get the flailing limbs and everything. That's all I mean. I don't want the CGI. I want the dummies. I want, even if they make like exploding capsules in their body and make it gorier or whatever, but I want that again. This shot is beautiful. Like, that actually was a good ending for me because watching that dummy go over was awesome.
Well, it's not ended yet because now we see our boys at the cemetery. Pop's been buried.
I said Mark Sweatland. This is the Sweatland ending.
Charlie pays his last respect. Yeah, you can see in the background Sweatland's at his sister's. I don't remember who's his
sister. It was his sister.
Okay,
you got it right.
They're at the grave. He's got a little ring of flowers. His finally Pops gets his flowers.
It's the kind of flowers they put on the horses after a race.
Yeah,
he's got that.
Or a lay. I don't know. Yeah, it was weird. Yeah. All right, there you go. Another great movie in the can.
Murray. 90 minutes.
Perfect.
What did I tell you?
Perfect.
I said Murray.
All right, then I got to end it really quick so we can get out of here in 90 minutes. All right, next week we got to have some Bronson. We haven't had Bronson in a while.
Yeah.
So I decided to pick this movie. This was the last. This was not a canon movie, I don't think. It came out in like 88, 89-ish. This was the last movie Bronson did with his wife Jill Ireland because she died like right after it.
Oh, okay.
It's got. I'm not gonna spoil anything. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this movie because.
Yeah.
The movie, it's Charles Bronson, all 65 years old of him, is a Secret Service agent who's in charge of protecting the First Lady from an assassination.
All right.
So we'll see you next week for an assassination, and keep it warm.